Have you ever been wondering what extracurriculars you should be taking in high school that you'll actually enjoy but will also look good to college admission reviewers? Well, extracurriculars make up a large percentage of your college application and is one of the main pillars that college admission reviewers look at when they're determining whether they're going to accept you into their school. And in today's video, I'm going to help you choose those extracurriculars so that you can get into your dream college and also have fun while preparing. Make sure to stick around to the end of this video because tip number 5 is very important. Hey, it's Asia here and welcome back to The Purpose of Prep, your one-stop shop for everything study skills, college admissions, and SAT prep. And the first tip I have for you here today in terms of choosing your extracurriculars is to make sure you choose something you're actually interested in. The first mistake that students make is that they choose extracurriculars that they think will look good to college admissions reviewers, but they're not actually interested in. Because it's going to show to college admission reviewers when you drop out of it in the next couple months because you really aren't happy, or when you do it and you're writing about it in your college application, but you really have nothing genuine to say. So don't worry so much about what's going to look so great to college admission reviewers and focus on choosing things that really pique your interest. The next tip I have for you here is you want to think long term. Because when you're choosing extracurriculars, a lot of students also make the mistake of choosing a bunch of extracurriculars thinking about quantity, when your focus should actually be quality. You want a few extracurriculars that you're actually genuinely interested in, and you want to stick with them for a long period of time. We don't want a bunch of short bursts of extracurriculars that are going to make you look inconsistent and indecisive to college admission reviewers. So always keep in mind longevity versus choosing a bunch of activities to do during the school year. My third tip relates to all of the tips I have here for you today, which is to make sure that when you're choosing your extracurriculars, that it's based off of some kind of specific goal or interest that will lead to your college major. Now, what I mean by that is to find something that you're interested in that you want to pursue in college and choose your extracurriculars around that. Colleges love to see this because then your 4-year high school plan looks like a consistent development towards that one goal that you're telling them about, which is the major you're choosing and the possible career that you're choosing. An example of this is, let's say you're interested in medicine, perhaps. And even if you're not sure specifically what field of medicine you want to go into, that's okay. You can still find activities that pertain around medicine, which is about helping people, right? So an activity you can choose for this is shadowing your local doctor. Maybe you have a local pediatrician that you've been seeing for years. Why not reach out to them and see if you can shadow them for a day to get an idea of what their job is like? That'll look great on a college application. Another example, if you can't do that, is you can look for volunteer hours at a hospital, even a nursing home can show that you're interested in medicine, different things like that. You can also look for internships that are based for high school students in medicine, and you can also look at clubs at your school. Maybe they have a biology club or an anatomy club, things like that. All of these activities are pertained around this one interest and idea, and this looks great on college applications. So make sure to apply tip number 3 and try to find some cohesive interest or idea that you're genuinely interested in and build your activities around that. The fourth tip I have for you here is to evaluate the different types of activities that you can do. I always like to group them into 3 different categories. There are work-based activities, school-based activities, and personal-based activities. So work-based activities are things like jobs and internships. So places where you can work in the field that you're interested in. So for our medicine example, you can intern at a doctor's office or get a job working as a receptionist at a doctor's office. These are things you can do part-time after school, maybe even once or twice a week even, just to get work experience in the field you're interested in. And this looks great on college applications. The second thing you can do is do school-based activities, which is the most common one. Joining a club at your school or a group at your school that is pertained around the idea that you're interested in. So maybe you'll join a biology club or an anatomy club if you're interested in medicine. And the final type of activity I have for you are personal-based projects. So this is a unique way to showcase an activity. So for example, if you're an artist, you could create your own local neighborhood art exhibit. And this is is a great extracurricular to put on your college application because it's unique to you and you created it. So it shows college admission reviewers that you know how to take initiative and stand out. And if you want more ideas on the type of extracurriculars you can do, I want you to check out this video right here that talks about a couple unique extracurricular activities that you can do in high school. And my final tip for you today is very important, which is to make volunteer hours worth it. So many high schools have a minimum volunteer hour requirement that's just meant for graduation or for a specific degree type when you graduate from high school. And most colleges know about this now. So having 100 volunteer hours on your college application is not going to be as impactful as having 50 volunteer hours at a nursing home for a student who's interested in medicine. See what I did there? Make your volunteer hours worth it. Connect it to some type of interest that you actually have that's going to be on your college application. Connect it to that major. Connect it to that career that you're interested in. Now that most colleges know that high schools require volunteer hours, they're not as interested in it anymore as a standout activity, because most kids have volunteer hours. So you want to make sure your volunteer hours actually have meaning to you and your application. Make sure they're targeted towards that major career or interest that you have that you're going to be talking about on your college application. I hope you enjoyed that video. Make sure to comment down below and let me know what you want to see next, and I'll catch